What's up, everybody? This is Jake from Jake's Shopping Track Talk. We're going to talk today about my beloved Millie. She's a 2021 Royal Enfield INT 650 Baker Express. And as you can see, she's well used, okay? I bought this bike, it was about a year old. And since then, it had 4,000 miles on it, and we're up to nearly 20,000 miles on the clock. Just 300 miles. That's 3 trips to and from work for me. All right, so what do I think about her? Well, I just told you, beloved, right? My very, very good friend. Me and her have been all over the eastern United States. We've been from Virginia Beach, Virginia to Saginaw, Michigan and back over the course of a 4-day weekend. We have been from Elizabeth City, North Carolina to the mighty Eldora Speedway in northwestern Ohio over the course of a 3-day weekend. That's 2 750-mile days back, you know, with a day off in the middle. We have been from Virginia Beach to Martinsville Speedway. We have been, I mean, you name it, man. We did it, you know. All right. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", a little over 6'2", 260. You know. All right. I'm probably, people make fun of me. They make fun of me on my bike. Mostly the guys at work. Walter Mitty motherfuckers who, you know, their wives run their lives and they don't have it. They don't have any motorcycle, much less Millie or Susie. All right, so this ain't a guy trying to sell you a bike. This is a real owner doing amateur footage of his own motorcycle and telling you his story, a little bit of it, okay? So anybody who's watching this video, I imagine that you have seen a bunch of videos of bikes with like 400 miles on them telling you, well, you know, blah, 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 you know, from years ago when this bike was new. But she's not new anymore, okay? And you're thinking, well, maybe I can get one of these 4,000 miles on it. I can just get something to get me going till I can afford that Harley I want. Because that's a pretty typical American rider. You know, nothing wrong with that. And this will do it. This will do it. And it'll look cool doing it. All right. Every day, I'll be at a gas station and somebody will come up to me and say, hey man, nice bike. Or, I mean, guys will get off of $45,000 fucking Harley Davidsons and tell you how sweet my motorcycle is. People think this is expensive. She's a little grungy now because, I mean, ride the piss out of her. But, you know, she shines up immaculate. And if you don't want to talk to anybody, this is not the motorcycle for you. Don't get this. This is, people love it, man. It takes them back. Right? It's a very nostalgic motorcycle. These guys, they want to tell you all about their BSA they had right after they got back from Nam, and how, or you know, or sometimes old Hondas. You know, people talk about what motorcycles used to be. Okay, and I can tell you firsthand that this is not that. This is a thoroughly modern motorcycle. As you can see, there's no Kickstarter there. Starts with a button. I don't know why she's doing that. I just like did a quick wash on it. I guess I need to let it warm up a little bit. I've got AEW pipes on it right now. It's got a DNA air filter. Gives it a little bit more sound. They say that gives you like 4 horsepower. Hell if I know. I mean, it's not sporty, you know. I mean, it'll like if you got buddies with Harleys and you're just trying to get going, you can go riding with your buddies with Harleys. That you'll be able to keep up just fine. I do it all the time. Okay. When I choose to ride with somebody, I mostly ride solo. If your buddies have, you know, shit like this here, well, you're not going to be able to keep up with them. Okay. Hopefully you can get to them to get them life flighted to a hospital if they ride like complete hoons and shit like that. But you'll only be a couple minutes behind, so you should be able to get to them in time to save them. All right. Many years ago, well, I don't know if it was many, but years ago when I bought this, my buddy's dad warned me off of buying a Royal Enfield because until Sid took over the company, that'd be Siddhartha Law, CEO at Royal Enfield, who, my God, do a lot of motorcycle companies. Need a guy like him. Royal Enfields were legitimately old motorcycles that were still in production on old tooling from the 1920s. That was moved to India for a contract, and then Enfield cycles, India ended up surviving when Royal Enfield themselves died. Now, it's hard for me to say that Royal Enfield has ever died when it's the heartbeat of the subcontinent. I mean, that's the sound that the Bullet makes, but this ain't a Bullet. And it's not a 71 Interceptor. Like, I would not consider this to be, like, it's if anything, it's a replica of an old motorcycle. It's not a continuation of an old model, but it's an extremely well executed. You know, it's like riding this is like driving that. People want to come up and they want to talk to you all about it, and like it just takes them places. All right, so like anything you want to do, you know, you want to get it. Like that's a Continental GT seat. There's nothing wrong with the stock seat. I just think that looks better. That's a Continental GT touring seat. Pro tip: if you decide to get a Continental GT seat to put on your Interceptor, INT 650 here in the States, get one that comes with a seat cowl included. It is cheaper than to buy one without a seat cowl and then buy a seat cowl later. I know that from experience. I never ended up buying a seat cowl because I was like, oh, God damn it, man, I should have just bought one with a seat cowl. You want to make it into a cafe racer, you know, you want to put full-blown, you want to get shit from a Continental and put it on there and it'll all bolt on, okay? You want to make it into a scrambler because you don't want to buy a bare 650 from Royal Enfield. You know, you want to do it yourself. You want to make it your own dirt receptor, you know. You can do that. You want to do Captain Insano touring like I have. I've got these little toss over saddlebags that I had to modify so that they would fit with the swooped up sporty pipes there, but they fit on there, and I got a net and I put my war bag on there and I go touring. I do it. I mean, I've probably, this video started with pictures of it. You can do that. All right, you want to ride to work, you want to get good gas mileage, you want to just shine it up and go to bike nights. I'm telling you, this bike will do anything you want it to. I mean, I suppose you could even track day the son of a bitch. I mean, you'd have to heavily modify it. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Seat time, right? Throttle time. It'll get you better. This bike will do whatever you want to, and I've done nothing to it. It is just oil changes, chain adjustments. I put a rear tire on it once, and front tire is getting pretty close. I need to change it. And it came with Bridgestone BT 46 Battle Axe tires. And they were brand new when I got it, and I got like 7,000 miles out of a rear tire. Front tire goes a little, like twice as long. The polished cases, okay, these are a pain in the ass. You're gonna probably want to know about that. Like this bike's had to sit outside some lately, and I gotta power ball them. You can get them shiny again. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, man, I've like for quite a while, this was the only bike I had, and I was riding the living dog shit out of it. And, it looks like I just coming home from the Korean War or something a lot of times, But she'll take you anywhere you want to go. She'll do it economically, and you're gonna look cool while you're doing it. I can promise you that. People are gonna be like, man, that is an awesome bike. Or my dad had, or back in the 70s, man, me and my old lady, we used to ride all over on this Triumph. And you're gonna get all that if you buy this motorcycle. So like I say, if you don't want to talk to people, this is not the right machine for you. But all the other stuff I said, bike like Millie, and you can't have Millie, because even when I bought the Mighty Sue over there, I didn't trade her in. You know what I'm saying? So she's paid for, and she's one of my very, very close friends, and I love her dearly. And I would hope that you would have the same experience with your Royal Enfield. It's just a great for the money kind of little motorcycle. Starter bike, absolutely. Getting back into motorcycling after a long time, absolutely. Getting tired of all the fancy shit, absolutely. It's nothing to it. It's the essence of motorcycling. You got your air-cooled engine with an oil cooler up front, two wheels, a couple of clocks, gas tank, somewhere to sit, dude. Nothing to it. Something that's not as heavy as your big touring bike that you got, it's a second bike. This could easily be your around town runabout, so you ain't got to park your ginormous, your bagger. You can just ride this thing around and have a little bit of fun. Go get a cup of coffee, The world is your oyster when you got a Royal Enfield. Take her easy.